Hello guys, my name is Anthony Kimbati from HISA, and today I want us to have a conversation about Kenyan stocks, right? As you all know, HISA recently launched Kenyan stocks, and so many guys have many questions about Kenyan stocks, and so I decided why not let us go through Kenyan stocks, how to earn money from Kenyan stocks, where to start, some of the best companies to invest in, and the future of Kenyan stocks and the new developments that are happening in the industry. Are you guys ready? Nice. Okay, so when it comes to Kenyan stocks, we have 63 companies that are listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. 63. So we have companies in various industries, different industries. We have companies in the agricultural industry. We have companies in the financial industry. We have companies in the energy sector, various industries. So what happens is the moment a company wants to make its shares public, they go for something called an IPO, an initial public offering. So let me give you an example. Let's say Safaricom. Safaricom went for an IPO in 2008. So after 2008, members of the public were able to own shares of Safaricom. So that's the first place you need to understand. So the moment a company shifts from being a private company to a public company, they go for an IPO offering. After a company goes for an IPO offering, now guys, or rather members of the public, can own shares in the company. Okay, how do guys benefit from owning shares of a company? There are two ways in which you benefit when you buy shares. Let's say shares of Safaricom. Two ways. The first way to benefit, or rather why people buy shares, is because you can earn capital gains. That's the first one. Capital gains. The second one is dividends. Okay, let me explain. When it comes to capital gains is basically when the share price of a company rises. Let's say Safaricom moves from 5 shillings per share to 25 shillings per share. That's called a capital gain. So if you had bought Safaricom at 5 bob per share and then you sell Safaricom at 25 bob per share, that's a capital gain. So the share price has gained, let me say, 20 shillings, right? Yeah. The second way you earn from your stocks is through dividends. What are dividends? Dividends are basically a small share of a company's earnings that a company shares with the shareholder, just as a, let me say, a reward for owning shares in the company. So most companies will actually say, let's say 80% or rather 70% of our profit or our taxable income will share it with our shareholders, because just to encourage them and just to give them a reward for owning shares in our company. Let me repeat that again. The two ways in which you can earn from your shares. The first way, capital gains. The second way, dividends. Okay. Let's look at the Kenyan market. I've told you in the Kenyan market we have 63 listed companies, different companies in different sectors. And okay, how do you start? Like, let's say my name is Kimbati. I want to invest in the Kenyan stock market. How do I start? Where do I even start? That's easy. So when you want to buy shares in the Kenyan stock market, there's something called a CDS number. A CDS number is basically, you see the way you have a bank account. A bank account allows you to, let's say, deposit your money in a bank, yeah? So the bank account identifies different clients, or rather different clients. Let's say, let me use the word clients in a bank. So we can say Anthony has 50,000 in the bank, Ken has 20,000 in the bank, Maureen has 20,000 in the bank. You see, so everyone has their own bank account. That's the same for a CDS account. So a CDS account is a special identifier number that allows the CDSC to identify who owns which shares. Let's say Anthony has these shares in Safaricom, Maureen has these shares in Equity, Eric has these shares in Capture. You see. So how do you open a CDS account? To open a CDS account, traditionally, you needed to fill a CDS1 form to open a CDS account. But now, things are changing, and now most brokers actually allow you to open a CDS account online. Let me give you an example of HISA. So HISA partnered with Faida Investment Bank. What that does is you can open a CDS account from our platform. That's the HISA app, and you'll be under the Faida Investment Bank as a client, and with that you can be able to buy shares. Let me I think there's a place I skipped, the role of brokers in the market. So you see, we have the NSE, the Nairobi Securities Exchange, which is the market. Note, as an individual, let's say me and you, we cannot access the market directly. You need the broker as an intermediary to help you access the market. That's where the brokers come in. Okay, I hope you guys understand that. So you cannot access the market directly, you need a broker. Faida Investment Bank is now the broker in our case. Okay, so when you open a CDS account, the broker will help you open a CDS account. And note, as I've said, you can open a CDS account online. Okay, so the moment you open your HISA app, you'll find a button with the tag invest. Click on that button, and then you click on that button, you'll find many buttons. You'll find Kenyan stocks, US ETFs. They go to the button written CDSC. Click on that button and you'll be able to open a new account. After opening an account, all you have to do is deposit. You can deposit via M-Pesa, you can deposit via bank, any method that you want. Please note, it's as easy as that. They're not competitive. Let me say, most guys fear investing because they don't know where to start. It's as easy as that. The moment you open a CDS account, you're ready to invest. You just have to deposit your money. There's no minimum amount, because you can buy the shares that are going for as little as 0.33 cents. Let me say shares like Uchumi and all that. So the moment you deposit, let's say Uchumi is going for let's say 0.33, right? 0.33, you can just deposit 100 bob and you'll be able to buy 100 shares of Uchumi. That will be, I think, 33 bob plus the trading fees. Okay, you see. Okay, let me now go through some of the best performing companies this year, because most guys are like, okay, I've opened a CDS account, now I want to invest. Can you give me an idea of the best companies that have performed the best this year? I know most guys go for the big companies, the Safaricom, the ABL, they're good, but you'll be surprised, none of those companies were among the best performing companies this year. Ready? Let's go. Hi. So, the best performing companies this year, the first one is Olympia. Olympia was the best performing company this year. Olympia Capital Holdings with a 32% year to date. When I say year to date, that's the gain since January 1st up to now, which is the November 30th, 2022. The second one was Limuruti. Limuruti had a 31.3 year to date %. The third one was NCBA. I know most of you guys know NCBA. NCBA had a 31% year to date. Number 4 was East African Portland Cement. For those guys who don't know about East African Portland Cement, that's the company that owns Blue Triangle Cement. So East African Portland Cement had 19.8% year to date. And finally, the fifth company was Williamson T Kenya, which had a 15.4% gain. Okay, so that's the first. I remember when we started the video, I told you guys the first way to earn from shares is through capital gains. So that's capital gains. These were the top 5 performing companies in the NSE this year. The second way I told you you can earn from your shares is through dividends. And when it comes to dividends, we don't look at the dividend amount, let's say 5 bob. We look at something called the dividend yield. What's the dividend yield? The dividend yield is basically a ratio between the annual dividend compared to the current trading price of the share. I will add the formula on your screen. So let me look at the 5 companies in Kenya this year which have the highest dividend yield. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so the first company with the highest dividend yield This as of the 1st of December 2022 is Umeme. Umeme has a dividend yield of 9. What? The Umeme has a dividend yield of 24.79%. Sorry for that. The second company with the highest dividend yield is Williamson Tea Kenya, which has a dividend yield of 13.3%. Number 3, Standard Chartered Bank, which has a dividend yield of 13.10%. Number 4, British American Tobacco, that's BAT, has a dividend yield of 12.36%. Number 5, Crown Paints, which has a dividend yield of 11.89%. Okay, a quick run through. Number 1, Umeme. Number 2, Williamson Tea Kenya. Number 3, Standard Chartered. Number 4, BAT. Number 5, Crown Paints. Extra mentions, let me add, let's say the 5 after that. So number 6, that should be Bamburi. Number 7, BK Group. Number 8, Capchorwa. Number 9, Nation Media. And number 10, Absa. That's it for today. I hope you guys have learned capital gains, dividends. That's the way you earn from shares. Peace.